Welcome to Hot Flash Chronicles, where midlife is messy, menopause is madness, and we're sweating through it together.
We're Angie and Shelly, two caffeine-fueled, slightly inappropriate grandmas who say what everyone's thinking.
So grab a drink, crank up the AC, and let's dive in.
Shelly,
Angie,
it is time for another episode of Hot Flash Chronicles.
I can't believe it. Already?
I know. It's like we do it twice a week.
That's so weird.
It's wild.
It's like it's a habit or something.
It is. I gotta say, it is sweltering in here. So
It
we have
is.
the AC kicking, so if you hear it, sorry if not cool, but my God, it is like I was playing this game all weekend. Hot Flash or just hot?
Just too warm.
It's warm.
It is. In Washington, this would be considered very warm. It's like 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's toasty, but it's humid. So anyway, I'm bitching about the heat. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, maybe that, but
Maybe.
in addition to that, we are going to talk about seasons.
Seasons. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister's actually the one that came up with this topic. She said that it's kind of interesting how our lifetime or our day or, a year kind of matches seasons. So in your lifetime, like you're born and it's like springtime, you're in growth.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the summer is like when you've hit like adolescence and adulthood and you're like out doing all the things, because summer is kind of a busy time, right?
Yeah.
When you do all the activities. And then fall is like kind of a decrescendo, and then winter is time for rest. So if you look at it over a lifetime,
Yeah.
it would be like baby, child, adult,
An older adult.
older adult.
Yeah. No, I think, there's lots of things built around seasons, spring, regrowth, birth, all that stuff. So in nature, that is obviously a pattern.
Right.
And there are a lot of, places don't have the same kind of seasons we do.
Right.
Necessarily, like even in Washington State, the seasons would be different than
Right.
they are back east. Some of them are more pronounced. But if you compare it to lifetime,
Right.
to your lifetime, I think that I've been through some of those seasons already. And it's like some of those seasons are already behind me.
Right.
And what's going to happen in the seasons left to come? It's
Right. And
interesting.
I think I said it wrong. So it would be like infant child is the growth, then it would be adult, then it would be like older adult, then it would be like senior.
Yeah.
So
There we go. That makes
there's
sense.
like a ramp up and ramp down. And she pointed out also in the day, like you wake up, that's spring, like you get going and you stretch and everything's going. Then summertime is like midday where you get all your shit done. And then autumn is like the evening where you kind of wind down. And then winter is the time that you sleep. So it's like a recharging time. So I think that in my span of life, I'm in fall. I feel like I'm in fall. It's like I'm still doing a lot of things like how you do in summer. I'm still very active, but I definitely don't feel as intensely motivated to fill every second of every day with something productive.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Right?
I remember, so if we say summertime is like, let's say we say that's age 20 to 40 or something like that. I remember being in my 20s and being very concerned or worried about being bored. Like, I want to do something this weekend. I want to have something planned. And I didn't want to have any downtime or thinking time. I was like, go, go, go. If I wasn't doing something, I was really afraid, terrified of being bored. Like that was the worst thing on earth to think.
Right.
Sitting home on a Saturday night. Oh my God.
Well, because it was also tied to that social part of it. Like if you didn't have friends and you weren't popular per se, then that was tied to some of at least my self-worth is if I was getting invited to do things and like, hey, let's do a barbecue, let's do this. If I wasn't getting invited, then it was like I wasn't one of the cool kids. But now I'm like, I don't have anything to do this weekend and I love it.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Totally different.
So, and that makes me realize, I am definitely in a different season of my life because I really, really enjoy the downtime.
Right.
And I don't think of it as being boring. I think of it as recharging and regenerating and picking the things I want to do with quality.
Right.
And having the energy to do them. So.
Right. And you also tend to accrue more wealth as you're older because, your kids are launched. Like all of our kids are launched.
Mhm.
And while we do still like dote on them and help them, it's not the same as like
Them
being
there.
financially completely responsible for all of the things that are associated in cost of a human.
Yeah, when you're
So
actively
it's like
raising
I
them.
have more disposable income now. So it's like I have more freedom to travel and stuff like that, which I consider a luxury and something that is not an obligation,
Mhm.
but something that brings joy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that when I was younger, when I was talking about, like, it was really a lot about quantity, not quality. Like, I wanted all the experiences. Like,
Right.
I want to do this. I want to try that. I want to do this. And I was worried I was going to miss out on something.
Totally.
And I feel like as you advance through these seasons of life, you recognize the things that have value to you, and you try to figure out, well, how can I, now that I've had all these different experiences, which ones really stick with me and do I want to pursue? And I think that's where we get our hobbies,
Totally.
where we get our recreation.
The things that spark joy for us. And
Yeah.
it's like, I want to keep doing this thing.
Yeah.
Like for us, it was singing.
Yeah.
And it was like you strike all of these things, you try a bunch of them, and it's like, ooh, this is the one that I really liked. And
Yep.
you do that for a while, and then you kind of burn out on it. And then like go find another thing depending on what season you're in your life.
And I definitely have traded out. I always like to have a creative outlet, creative artistic outlet. And sometimes that's been art, actual painting and art and stuff like that. Sometimes it's been the singing. And so I think that at the end of summer, right before you go into fall, I think you're completing your exploration and you're really settling into what that next season is going to look
Right.
like.
Pumpkin spice.
Yes. Yeah.
Fall is like very cozy, and I don't see fall for me personally as being very hustle bustle. Whereas in summer, it's like, oh, let's go to the lake. Let's do this. Like, let's fit it. You travel a lot more in summer because kids are on vacation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then fall is much more, like cozy and read a book. And I just think of it as a more cozy vibe, which is, I think I'm transitioning from summer to fall right now. And I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's less pressure to go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what do I want to do today?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I have work obligations and I have, obligations to people and stuff, but there's a lot of time that I have now in my schedule that's like, what does Angie want?
Yeah.
Right. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, my favorite season has always been fall. If I could pick any of them, I've always loved fall. It's because you still get some longer days at the beginning of it. The weather isn't as extreme, and you get those crisp mornings with the bright sunshine. And that's my favorite, is when there's like a bright sun with a cold.
You can see your breath a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not so cold that you're like miserable.
Yeah. And then, you can snuggle up in a coat, but you have a nice warm coffee. And so just from a truly aspect of the weather, fall is my favorite. It's not dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon like it is in winter. It's just the temperatures are more favorable. The kind of activities and things you do are a little more slowed down and laid back. And fall has always been my favorite. The leaves turn.
I love that.
Just the way it visually looks is pretty. So I
it's
feel
a beautiful
like
palette.
Yeah,
fall is. I mean, all of the palettes are beautiful because in winter you have like the blues and the silvers and all of those like crunchy cold colors, and spring is like all the flowers and everything, and summer is like water and sunshine. But fall is a totally different vibe from the other three. Yeah. I feel like it's richer. It's much more intense, deep colors than the rest of them, which is really cool.
And I'd say for sure, I know that I'm probably in the middle of the fall of my life. I think I'm probably in the midst of it, and I love it. This has been my favorite. This last decade from 50 to 60 has really been a lot of things have happened during it. There's been a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of triumphs. There's been a lot of misfires, but it's really probably been the most rewarding and the one where I've most figured out who I am. And it's weird to think sometimes it takes you to age 50 to get there, but some people maybe get there earlier. Some people maybe never get there. But
so if you think of, a 24-hour cycle as seasons, what season of the day is your favorite?
I really like I actually like afternoons. I
Mhm.
like afternoons a lot. So I
That'd
guess
be
it would
transition
probably
between
summer
summer
and
and fall.
fall.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think in the morning I have to get up and have my coffee and get everything going, and it's usually very busy. I'm actually usually the most productive in my mornings. That's when I get
I'm not.
a lot of my work done for my job. And then, but the reason I think I like the afternoon is work starts winding off, and now I get to think about what I want to do for the day, what I'm going to
Right.
achieve.
And we both have flexible schedules with our jobs.
Yeah.
Like, because I set my own hours as a photographer, like I can choose when I take clients, I can choose when I do consultations, I can choose when I edit the photos of a session. So I'm really in control of my calendar. If I want to take a vacation, I just block it out so people can't book me.
Mhm.
And then for you, you do billable hours, but
Mhm.
you can do a lot of those hours at any time.
Yeah,
Some
it's
of them
very
require
flexible.
phone calls and
Yeah, some of them
meetings
are
and stuff.
banker's hours, but a lot of it is at your own discretion.
Right.
So that's usually in early afternoon I can start winding down from work, and so I think I like that because that's where I start thinking, oh, okay, what am I going to do for me?
Right.
What do I get to do now? So I'd say yeah, like afternoonish.
Yeah, I
Mm.
love that. And I'm more of a afternoon evening person. I am not a morning person at all. My brain doesn't connect dots very well in the morning. I'm not super productive in the morning. I'm probably, if I need to get work done, I'm most productive late afternoon,
Mhm.
which is interesting that it can be different for people because you would think that as a human,
Some people
just
need to get up and get firing on all cylinders and get into the groove first. That's why some people, my son always really liked a swing shift. He was always fine with going in around 2 o'clock and working till 10 or 11.
Right,
That's when he felt most energetic.
right.
And he was a night owl and he liked to sleep in late. So that worked. So I think everybody kind of has their own cycle of seasons,
Right.
and how it applies.
And then in that actual year, you said that autumn is your favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a secondary, or is there any, like, what are the things that you look forward to in each season, whether it's the year or the lifetime or the day or whatever?
I like going into spring. It's kind of the same thing as fall in that I like where you start seeing the colors change and the actual flowers coming out, the trees, the leaves getting green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that change again, that transformation. And I think there's a certain smell in the air during spring. I like when you walk outside and
Pollen.
there's a smell of fresh mowed grass
pollen?
and pollen and all the allergy stuff. But there is just like a newness to it. You see the baby animals, and it's like, oh, things are refresh. It's hope. Spring is that.
I love that.
And I think that's a lot
You
of
see that first bud break through the frozen ground.
ground.
It's like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah, and it also, if it's been a long cold winter, it's like good. We're done with that now. Life begins again, and so your new. It's really, I think in the pagan, beliefs and stuff, there's equinoxes and times of the year when new things start, and spring is obviously one of those, and that's the time of birth and rebirth. So I think that spring is always where I start getting hopeful about and planning. Okay, what's going to happen? What's on my menu? What am I going to be doing this year?
That's why we do spring cleaning. It's like a fresh start, and we tend to get a little more bee in our bonnet about, okay, time to get out of the house because we've been real cozy in the winter and in the fall, and it's like, okay, now it's time to go plant a garden, and it's time to go out and do things. Let's get the house cleaned up, and because we've been real homebodies a lot of the time.
Yeah, you've been hibernating,
the hibernation. And
for sure.
Which I think is such a funny acronym, the seasonal affective disorder, which is SAD.
Yeah.
Like there are definite dips, especially in the Pacific Northwest, because we don't get vitamin D here. There's
notorious
rampant vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, a lot of depression, a lot of SAD.
But that comes with depression. So I take a vitamin D supplement because I definitely have a vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, I think I kind of do it during wintertime. I supplement. And I think when you kind of transition out of spring into summertime is where I like to go and do the things and stuff, especially in Washington State, any outdoor activities.
I want to travel. I want to go swimming. I want to go on a road trip.
Vacations, go to the beach, get all that stuff in. So it's a more active time. And that's when I want to hang out with my grandkids, and we usually go to the Oregon coast or to a beach for at least a week during the summer. And then that's when my birthday is. So I usually like to try to figure out something. And this year we're going to Napa.
I know, we're leaving in under 2 weeks now.
Under 2 weeks.
Yesterday was
it's getting close. It's oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
So summertime it does tend to be pretty active, pretty action packed. I like to get outside. I like to get out and do hikes and see what's going on in the world. So I like summer, but sometimes it's a lot.
Right. Well, and because it's such a dramatic change in temperature, like I was telling you today, we did a family picnic with like my parents and my sister and her kids and my husband and I and my son. And it was like 90 degrees out, and it was like, oh, it was a lot. It was really hot, and we were in the shade, but it's still just like you're sticky, and we don't have air conditioning everywhere here.
No.
So my sister has flown in from Texas, and it's funny because throughout the winter it was in the 80s there. She goes, this is the first time in a while I've been hot.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to just staying inside because there's AC everywhere.
Yeah.
She goes, because my parents don't have AC and they're staying with them. And it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot what it felt like to not be able to escape the heat.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's a lot. And well, that's the thing now that we get these hotter summers. A lot of times when you're wanting to go, if you're in Washington and you don't have your air conditioning,
right?
You feel lethargic. Like it's hard to get the energy. It kind of saps your energy. You can see why it's like, I need AC.
Oh, totally.
Definitely.
And I don't know if it's the time of year I was born, which would mean it would be you as well. But my planet, which by the way, I know it's not a planet, but they needed more than the ones that were available. Mm-hmm. My planet is the sun. So I crave sunshine, which is ironic that I live in Washington. But Jeff and I historically over the years on winter have gone on vacation somewhere sunny, like we've gone to Mexico or Hawaii.
Yeah,
this year we went to Australia and New Zealand in January, February. And I knew somewhere in the recesses of my brain that it was summertime there.
Yeah.
At that, because the other side of the planet. But holy smokes, like flying from total gray skies, like freezing cold here, literally snowing at home, to 95-degree weather was wild.
That's all.
And we came home with tans and it's people are looking at you like, okay, clearly you've traveled because none of us has
nobody looks like that here.
Orb in the sky for months. So it's like, oh, you must have been on a trip. Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We went to Hawaii last few years. We have friends that live in Hawaii and we've gone and stayed with them.
I love that you have friends that you can stay with. That's so
and cool. It's same time we usually go November, December, and you leave here and it's 48, 50 degrees. You get over there, it's 78 degrees.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And it's like, I really like getting that little burst of sun in the middle of winter because it can be a lot. But as summer in Washington, as we head into the fall, like September, October now is when our fall starts. That's my favorite time. Mm-hmm. And that's when you kind of take a step back and you start recuperating from all the crazy that you've done over the summer. It's like, okay, now you start planning for, you just kind of, I feel like it's a little bit of a descent. You kind of start chilling down a little bit.
Yeah.
You're still doing stuff. You're still doing the social stuff. You're getting ready for the holidays. You're going to slide in.
I think the holidays get us through some of that,
seasonal
seasonal
adjustment disorder.
Adjustment?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was seasonal affective disorder.
Maybe.
One of us is right.
Well, I think it might be, right. Maybe it used to be called seasonal adjustment. Now it's affective.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever it is.
That sad thing.
It can be a real dip. And I've also, over the last couple of years, gotten to go to Scottsdale a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a nice break when it starts to get cold here. It's like, well, it's going to be warmer in Phoenix, so I can get a little bit of sunshine over there. So
yeah, I think
and that's been for work. So it's I'm not a snowbird by any means.
And going into the winter, and like winter, the season and the winter of your life,
mm-hmm.
It's like if you compare those two, I think there's big things that happen in the winter because you do get your holidays. It's not, I guess Thanksgiving isn't technically winter, but it's November and it's close enough. It's like, it's gray, it's dark, it's cold here. but you have your family things and you do your holidays and
Yeah,
your
it kind of
big
goes into that
celebrations.
reclusive, like, let's be just with the tight-knit
Family.
people because we're going through holidays. And so it
Yeah.
is kind of, as you get older, it's like, well, I want to spend more time with my grandkids and my
Exactly.
descendants and
Yeah.
things like that.
And so I think winter of your life and winter itself are very similar in that there's still big events happening. There's still very important things that are going on there, but they become more focused. And I think in the current world, because of advanced medicine and stuff, the winter of your life can last a long time now. It used to be people were when they're in their 50s and 60s, you know?
If you're listening, she just did the throat slash, like,
No, yeah.
hand gesture.
Yeah. So it can be, you know, people didn't used to live really long lives before modern medicine. So now, like, people are retiring when they're 70 instead of when they're 62 because they might live to be 90.
Right. And they have to financially plan for that.
Yeah.
You know, if you live to be 105 and you retired when you were 70, that's 35 years that you have to financially be able. And usually in those later years, you're probably going to be in assisted living, and that will just
takes everything.
It will drain every drop of your bank account. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's interesting how
I think there's more
that has
planning
changed.
required in
Oh, yeah.
modern life. There is more planning and there's a lot of uncertainty. So then people are stressed out because it's like,
Totally.
what if I live to be 100? Because you could.
I know my mother-in-law has said that, like, well, I hope I don't live to be this age because we won't have any money.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't like the idea of you saying that you hope that you perish early, but I also get it.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we don't want to spend all of your inheritance.
Oh,
we're
like, spend it all.
We're like, okay, go enjoy. Like, they just went to Europe. Like, they still do big trips, and they're now like early 80s. So it's like they're still doing, and we're like, spend your money.
Yeah.
You earned that money.
And you're still healthy.
Not getting anything.
Go do your thing.
Enjoy the stuff that you
earned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so what you've reaped. Like, it's totally, we're okay with not getting a nickel.
Yeah.
Like, we would rather have you enjoy your time and have you around for a long time.
Yes.
Than like.
Yeah, you'd rather have them here.
Right, for sure. Like, we would never trade that for.
Now, my kids might feel differently because I'm sure I'm going to be a very crabby old lady because I'm a very pretty much crabby younger lady.
He was also publicly threatened to haunt your daughter.
I have, and I will.
That has actually happened.
That's not a threat. Sure. That is happening.
That's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, Shelly's got a haunting list.
She told me not to do it, so therefore, I'm the mom.
Do.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I've got to show her who the mom is. And
right.
Riley, you're totally getting haunted.
Do you know what's interesting is watching your kids go through those different seasons too.
Yeah.
Is like, our kids are right now in the summer of life, and our grandkids are in the spring.
Yeah.
And we're in the fall, and then my parents are in the winter, right? Yeah. It's like we have 4 generations that get together often in my family, and it's like you can literally see all 4 of those seasons represented, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what family is. It really is having all those seasons. And there was times in our family where there wasn't any spring because there weren't any grandkids, or
right.
My brother had his kids and they were getting up in their teens and 20s and there was no little kids anymore.
Right. How old are they now? Nieces and nephew.
My nieces, and one of my nieces just turned 40, the other one's 38.
40?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, my daughter's
sorry. Yeah, that's fair.
Too.
My sister had kids much later. I had my son early.
Yeah.
And she had her kids late. So my oldest niece is 16.
Yeah.
I have 2 16-year-old nieces, a 14-year-old niece, and a 14-year-old nephew. So they're still like mid-teens. So when you said 40, I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, my
it makes sense though.
My brother is in his 50s. So
right. That's fair.
So, and he adopted.
I just wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like maybe 20. I don't know why.
My
but
niece
it was like, whoa.
My nieces were adopted by him. So he's only like 18 years older than them or something. Right. So, but anyway, we didn't have any little ones. And then my niece, she had a son, and we're like, oh, good, so we have a baby again.
You have a great nephew then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I have a great nephew. So he came along, and made it fun again. It's like, oh, good, we have somebody to do the Christmas and the Thanksgiving and all the holidays and all the fun stuff. And then, but it was a long stretch again until Avery came along. So every time you get new members of the family, it's so special and invigorating because sadly you're also losing members of your family.
Sure.
Like my father passed away just a few months before Avery was born.
I know.
And
Yeah.
the timing on that, he knew that he had a great granddaughter coming on the way. He got to know that, but he never did get to meet her. But it was hard losing him, but then it was so joyful. And there was something positive for everybody to focus on just a few months later. And that's part of the seasons of life too.
It is
that there's loss and then there's rebirth and regeneration.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what your kids and your grandkids are. It's continuing that.
Yeah. It's just perpetuating your legacy and your family. And I'll say that like when you have a lull in your family, like what you were talking about, where there aren't any little kids, it is a very different kind of holiday.
Yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
You don't have little kids opening the Christmas presents and it's all a bunch of adults. It's like, okay, should we draw names? Should we even do anything?
Yeah.
It takes away a little bit of that magic that the holidays have, like whether it's
for sure
Thanksgiving and the kids are putting the olives on their fingers, or, you know, Christmas and they're all just like, can we do presents? Can we do presents? Like,
there's
you
just
miss that when there aren't young kids. So if you don't have anybody in the spring and you're in whatever season, that can be, it's that can also be depressing.
Yeah, it can. It's just like it doesn't feel as joyful.
I remember the first time I had a Christmas without Kyle because he had gone down to Oregon to spend time with his birth father. He was a teenager and it wrecked me. Yeah. I was like, I didn't want to do anything for Christmas because he didn't know that.
Right.
You know, he just saw like I sent him off on the train station. That was super fun. But I was super depressed, just like not having him there to celebrate with. That ever since then, which that was like 15 years ago, I really cherish every holiday that he's there, even now that he's an adult, because I saw what it felt like to not have him there.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, for sure. I think it's just a special time, and the seasons of your family are when they're all represented. It does feel like, you know, you're in a position, like you said, where all 4 seasons are represented. And in my family, my mom and dad are gone. So we don't really have that, that winter representation. I'm getting close to going in there. And my brother and I feel like we are the matriarch and the patriarch of the family now because our parents are gone and we're the oldest one. So it makes sense. So every time that baton, you know, I remember being the little kid and my aunts and uncles and my mom and dad and everybody being older, and life has cycled through enough now that I'm them. I'm at that point of going
You're the matriarch.
Going into the winter. And it's like, it's interesting that it's happened as fast as it has. You don't think it's going to, and all of a sudden it's here.
Like, oh, I'm there.
I'm there. I'm going to be 60 years old. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, how am I all of a sudden almost like getting a senior discount? Like, when did
I do get a senior discount at Ross on Tuesdays. 10% off. Yeah. So no, I know. I do too. I don't feel I still feel spring.
I feel responsible,
and summer.
But I don't feel mature by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I don't think that has anything.
Sometimes I look in the mirror. It's like, oh shit, I'm old. I forgot.
Well, yeah.
You forget it.
Well, yeah. I like
still that it's still you in there, but like the essence of you doesn't. I don't feel like I'm in my 50s.
No,
I feel way more immature.
I think the thing you learn in life is that you feel like you, and that's not an age. And there are many, many parts of me that are as goofy, silly, and just crazy as when I was 17-year-old me.
That's what I love about you. And that's what I love about our friendship there is like a childlike wonder in it, to where we can just laugh so hard that, you know, like God knows what'll happen. Yeah. But it's like, because we bring joy to each other in a way that, I wish everybody had a friend that would do that.
Having those friends
it feels very youthful to laugh that hard with someone.
To giggle with your girlfriends. Because that takes you right back, and you're, 14 years old again. And so I don't think that is the biggest discovery, is that I've never felt an age. I've just felt like different versions of me, like me progressing. I can't,
Mm-mm.
it's like you add life experiences to that, and you're the 17-year-old, but now you're also the 47-year-old who's had those experiences, and you're also the 53-year-old on top of being, those younger ages. So you just keep adding to it.
Right. Do you know what's funny is we have a video that we had made for my dad for his 50th birthday. So I was like, gosh, maybe 18 or 19. It was right before I met Kyle's father, so I must have been 18. And we just watched it a few months ago because we found it, and then I had my friend Luke put it onto MP4, and we hadn't watched it in decades.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this will be fun to watch. And first of all, I hadn't prepared myself for seeing specifically my Aunt Nancy, who has passed, and she was like my second mom. So I hadn't emotionally prepared myself
Oh,
for seeing her on video because I hadn't remembered that that would be part of it.
yeah.
And that hit really hard for myself and my mom and my dad,
Yeah.
like all of us. And
Oh,
then
I can imagine.
I
Yeah.
could see myself on the video, and it was me like just post graduation. And I know that it's me. I remember it happening, but I can't connect myself to that's Angie
Yeah.
because it's such a different version of me
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, this feels like I'm watching somebody else, even though I know it's me 30 something years ago. And my son's watching,
Mm-hmm.
and he was spooked
Yeah.
because he was like, Mom, I've never thought that we looked alike. He goes, you're moving like I move. You look like your expressions are my expressions. Like,
Yeah.
this is wild
Yeah.
to see. Like, he was spooked by it
Yeah.
because he'd never seen that version.
Like the
of me.
younger version of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was very like, I was in like grunge, Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Like, I had really long, big hair. And it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Well,
But seeing that season of myself, I knew that it was me logically,
yeah.
but I felt completely disconnected from the human that I was watching.
You're not that person
It's
anymore.
so wild. Like, I've evolved in so many ways, and I've had so many experiences since those videos were made
Yep.
that it feels like I was watching a different person.
Well, you
Isn't
are.
that yeah, fair.
I mean, I think you are. And it's obviously it's still you, but you have grown and you've had all
Mhm.
these other experiences, and you are not that person anymore. You have advanced that person.
Right.
Or
Do you have any videos of yourself from like younger years?
oh my
that
gosh,
you
I
would be
think
like, whoa.
I have some around the time that I have a tape that it was a videotape that we made like when we were in Germany, and or Riley, not Avery. Riley was like a year old. So
Mhm.
I would be about 21 or 22 in
Mhm.
those. My mom would be in those too. I haven't watched them in a long time. I probably need to do the same thing and have them put over, but I'll look back at old pictures. Like I'll look
Prepare
in.
yourself emotionally for it though.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I was not.
I
was like, oh, this
remember.
will be so fun to see all of my old friends. And it was like,
Oh,
it hit me in lots of feelings I wasn't ready for.
I remember hearing my mom's voice years afterwards we found an old answering machine where she had done her message, and it was several years after she had passed. And I can hear her voice in my head right now. I can
Sure.
hear what it sounds like, but to really hear it, it was very odd. It was
Yeah.
just like, I haven't actually heard that voice in years now. And it was somebody obviously who's very important
Sure.
in your life. And
Sure.
and that's part of the seasons too, is we lose people along the
Right.
way. And part of in the fall of your life and the winter of your life, that becomes more and more common. Like you start figuring out people from high school. Like we've had quite a few people from my class, and even a couple classes below, who we were friends with pass away.
Right.
You start dealing with a lot more loss when you're in the fall and winter of your life.
For sure.
And it makes you recognize that there is an end to every season.
Totally.
And
Oof.
there's
I got chills.
it's a lot. It's a lot to process, because I'm going to be 60 and I'm coming up to that one that probably goes to 105 for me. So I've probably got about 45 years left.
45 years.
But that's still less in front of me than it's behind me.
Right.
But I don't know. There's a lot. This is a deep well.
It is. And I was like, we could maybe do multiple episodes on seasons, but
Yeah.
I like where the conversation went, because again, we don't script this. We just say, here's what we're going to talk about. And then we open our mouths and it falls
Comes out.
So it's like, oh, this was it
Yeah.
was cool. So thank you to my sister Missy for the idea for this.
Yes.
So as we do in our podcast now, we are going to thank some of our subscribers on TikTok. So we're going to randomly choose some
I'm going to see if
people.
I can find. Did you look?
I did not, but I can name some randoms off the top of my head.
Do it.
Shelly's going to.
I'll find some.
Shelly's going to look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
She's
See what it says. Okay, we
just
go all the
randomly
way down.
scroll and like.
Okay, so the most recent actual editions are.
Nope. Definitely not Shelly. She was one of the first ones.
Maybe it's
but Shelly, we
way.
see you, name twin.
Oh, these
they're
are
totally in random order. So just grab a few.
Okay, let's just say some. Sherry Gill. We'll say Sherry. Queen Jess.
Yes.
Dragon Eye the Second. Anley Bailey. Author Kat Miranda. Don't run with scissors.
Don't run with scissors. We love scissors.
And we've got to say Samzona.
Samzona. So you guys, thank you for being subscribers, and you guys mean the world to us. So, Shelly, as we close out all of our episodes, we're going to do a couple rapid fire questions. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
I will.
Okay.
We were talking about the season, so I'm going to go with the seasonal coffee drinks and say, as you go into fall and winter, which would you rather have, a pumpkin spice latte or an eggnog latte?
Eggnog latte is my favorite latte.
Ooh.
Period.
You know, you can have it both. You can have a pumpkin spice eggnog latte. Did you know that?
I didn't, but there's something about an eggnog latte that is just life for me. So 100% of the time I'm going to choose that. I love pumpkin spice, but it's the time of year that I don't go to Starbucks because they don't have eggnog anymore.
Oh,
so
how dare they?
I know. My husband works at their corporate office, and I'm like, can you? And he's like, it doesn't work like that. I can't just go say my wife wants eggnog lattes and all of a sudden all the stores have it. So definitely eggnog for me.
He has no power at that job.
Apparently. I mean, he does, but not in the my wife.
Not in the eggnog latte.
So that is the time of year that I go to other coffee stands because they have eggnog.
They give you what you
okay, so that's kind of what I was gonna lean into. But I was gonna say favorite holiday dish.
Oh, there are so many, but I would have to say I kind of like, I don't know if you guys do this, but have you ever had like the holiday mashed potatoes, like the special, I don't know if it's just our family thing, but they are like loaded. It's like mashed potatoes, but then they have like cheese and butter and garlic.
Oh, that sounds good.
And all that.
I think that's a your family thing, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah. And they're loaded, and then you put them back, you rebake it. And you have bacon bits on top. So it's like that one. And I love stuffing. I love good stuffing. So
do you like stuffing or dressing? Do you like it stuffed inside a bird?
I like the dressing on the side, cooked separately and crispy.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair. For sure. 100%. Okay. Sage. Yep. Sage dressing.
Sage. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's go. Okay. Let's go back to, we shouldn't do food.
You can do another food one.
We could do another food
totally.
one.
Do whatever you want.
All right. I was going to say, well, why don't we just do it back at you? What's your favorite holiday meal or holiday item?
Oh, golly. Favorite holiday. I love a really good ham with mashed potato. I like all of the fixings together, like the perfect Thanksgiving bite that has like
mashed potatoes, gravy, the ham. Though.
Turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, a little bit of green bean casserole, all of that. But if I had to pick one, my mom's mashed potatoes are fan-fucking-tastic. I just want to sit in a vat of those all day, every day. Like they're so good. And Mom, sorry, I'm going to give away your secret. She uses popcorn salt because it has a little bit of a butter flavoring to it, and it will level up. Sorry, Mom, I don't know if that was supposed to be a secret.
Whoa,
but now
family
it's
secrets.
Global. But she uses Johnny's popcorn seasoning because it has a buttery flavor.
Love it.
It will rock your world.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Incredible.
It's happening.
Okay, second question for you. Would you rather...
Yikes.
You're like, yikes. Would you rather go to a sporting event or to a... hang on. Oh my gosh. On a bicycle ride?
Oh,
I know. Sorry.
wow. Ah,
Neither.
I've
Okay, let me change it. Favorite sport to watch?
I'm going to pick a foofy one because I don't like any of the sporty sport ones. Ice skating.
Ice skating. Love it.
It's very athletic and underrated.
The look on her face when I asked the other one was like, dear God, neither.
I was like, can I not do either one of those?
Right?
I would, if I was going to be, I would have picked the bicycle ride though.
Yeah.
Because it depends on where I'm, don't make me go up a hill, but sure.
Obviously. Yeah. Somebody asked if we were going to be biking in Napa, and I was like, clearly
What?
you met me in person.
Oh dear
I'm not
God.
bicycles anymore. That's not happening.
Maybe
Even
those
an electric-
tricycles, maybe those big tricycles.
Even an electric bike
No.
would be like,
We're going to nope out of
not
that.
happening.
No.
You guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been another episode of Hot Flash Chronicles. It means the world to us that you've chosen to listen to us. If you have time, we would love a like, a share, a subscribe, a comment, all of those things. And most importantly, if you have time to leave us a 5-star review, that would be incredible. And
So what?
until next time, we bid you adieu.
Ciao.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode. If you laughed, related, or just need more, hit subscribe.
Check out the show notes to find us on socials and YouTube, and join our Patreon for exclusive extras.
And remember,
We're still hot,
just in flashes.